When I was young, we were told, eat more fruit, it keeps you strong and healthy. And for the most part, that advice was good. But now that I'm in my late 70s, I've learned something surprising, something I wish someone had told me earlier. Not all fruits are good for aging legs. Yes, fruits are rich in vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants, but some fruits, especially when eaten in excess or too frequently, can quietly weaken your muscles, especially in your legs. And leg strength, my friend, is not just about walking, it's about independence, balance, confidence, freedom. I remember my neighbor, Mr. Clifford. He was sharp as a tack at 82, still gardening and climbing stairs with ease. Then, over a single year, he began struggling to rise from chairs. His gait slowed. His doctors ran tests. Nothing major, just age, they said. But his diet, he had developed a morning routine of fruit smoothies, packed with ingredients he thought were helping, but were actually hurting. In this video, I'll share with you 7 fruits that many seniors eat thinking they're doing the right thing, but which might be silently weakening your legs. We'll also talk about better alternatives you can enjoy without sacrificing flavor or strength. Let's begin with the first. Fruit number 1, overripe bananas, a sweet habit that slowly weakens senior legs. Bananas are often praised as the perfect fruit for older adults. They're soft, easy to digest, and full of potassium, which supports heart and muscle function. But there's one version of the banana that could quietly work against your leg strength, the overripe banana. As bananas ripen, their starch content breaks down and turns into simple sugars like glucose and fructose. That's why ripe bananas taste sweeter. But for someone over 60, especially those with slower metabolism and reduced insulin sensitivity, these fast-acting sugars can cause a spike in blood sugar followed by a sudden drop. This sugar crash may lead to a heavy or weak feeling in the legs, loss of balance or coordination, increased inflammation in muscles and joints, general fatigue even after light activity. Over time, regularly eating overripe bananas can contribute to poor leg performance, especially in activities like walking, climbing stairs, or standing for extended periods. Many seniors experience these changes, but often blame them on just getting older, when diet may actually be playing a role. Your legs house some of the biggest muscles in your body. They need steady energy to stay strong. When blood sugar rises too quickly and drops just as fast, muscles become less responsive and more prone to fatigue. This process, repeated daily, gradually wears down your strength and stability, sometimes without you even noticing. You don't need to stop eating bananas, just eat them smarter. Choose bananas that are yellow, not brown. Slightly underripe or just ripe bananas have more fiber and slower releasing starches. Pair them with a protein or healthy fat. Add a spoonful of nut butter or eat with a few walnuts to slow sugar absorption. Avoid eating them alone on an empty stomach, especially first thing in the morning. Limit to 2 to 3 times per week, not every day. Bananas are not the enemy, but overripe bananas, when eaten regularly and without balance, can quietly steal the strength from your legs. For those of us over 60, it's not just about choosing healthy foods. It's about understanding how our bodies respond to them now. So next time you reach for a banana, check its ripeness. If it's soft and brown spotted, consider saving it for baking and choose a firmer one instead. Your legs will thank you. Fruit number 2, grapes. Small and sweet, but not always safe for aging legs. Grapes are a popular fruit among seniors. They're small, soft, easy to chew, and feel like a harmless treat. But the truth is, grapes, especially the seedless store-bought kind, can quietly weaken your legs over time. The issue lies in how grapes affect blood sugar. Despite their size, grapes are packed with natural sugars and contain almost no fiber or protein to slow digestion. That means when you eat a handful or two, the sugar quickly enters your bloodstream. For people over 60, this quick sugar spike can be harmful. As we age, our insulin response becomes slower and less effective. When blood sugar rises fast, your body reacts sharply to bring it down. This sudden change can leave you feeling lightheaded or unsteady, sluggish in your legs, fatigued even after simple movements, more prone to joint stiffness or inflammation. Leg muscles, especially the large ones in your thighs and calves, need stable energy to function well. Repeated sugar spikes and crashes, even from natural sources like grapes, interfere with muscle fuel, reducing endurance and strength. One of the problems with grapes is that they're too convenient. Unlike apples or oranges, you don't have to peel them. Many people eat them by the handful without realizing how much sugar they're consuming. It's common to snack on grapes while watching TV or preparing a meal, but even a small bowl can contain 20 to 30 grams of sugar, which is enough to cause a noticeable spike in older adults. If you enjoy grapes, you don't have to give them up, but you do need to be mindful. Stick to small portions, about 10 to 12 grapes at a time. Never eat them alone. Pair with nuts, cheese, or yogurt to slow digestion. Avoid eating grapes on an empty stomach, especially in the morning. Limit to once or twice a week, not every day. Also, consider switching to fruits with lower sugar and more fiber, like blueberries, kiwi, or green apples, all of which support better blood sugar control and muscle strength. Grapes may look innocent, but for seniors, they can quietly interfere with leg strength and energy. Enjoy them, but in moderation and with balance. Your legs will benefit from steadier fuel, not sugar spikes. Fruit number 3, pineapple, tropical sweetness that can drain your leg's strength. Pineapple is often seen as a healthy fruit. It's refreshing, full of vitamin C, and contains bromelain, an enzyme known to help digestion. Many seniors enjoy it as a light dessert or in fruit salads. But what most people don't realize is that pineapple is also very high in sugar, especially when eaten in large amounts, juiced or canned. For older adults, this can quietly contribute to leg fatigue and muscle weakness over time. Why pineapple can be a problem. 1 cup of pineapple chunks can contain over 16 grams of sugar and almost no fat or protein to slow that sugar down. When you eat it alone or on an empty stomach, the sugar enters your bloodstream very quickly. After 60, the body's ability to manage blood sugar becomes less efficient. A fast sugar spike followed by a drop can lead to feeling lightheaded or low on energy, increased inflammation in the joints and muscles, slower muscle recovery, weakness in the legs during walking or climbing stairs. These effects may not be felt immediately, but over time, the legs grow tired more easily and balance may become less steady. Canned pineapple, especially in syrup and pineapple juice, are even more dangerous. They often contain added sugar and no fiber. This means the sugar rush is faster and harder on your body. Many people think of pineapple juice as a light drink, but it can have as much sugar as a soft drink without the nutrients that whole fruits provide. You don't have to avoid pineapple entirely, just eat it wisely. Choose fresh pineapple, not canned or juiced. Limit portion to half a cup, not a full bowl. Always pair it with a protein or healthy fat like a few almonds or a slice of cheese. Avoid eating it on an empty stomach, especially in the morning. And if you've already had other sweet fruits or carbs that day, it's best to skip the pineapple to protect your blood sugar and muscle strength. Pineapple may be tropical and delicious, but for seniors, it can quietly drain the strength from your legs if not eaten carefully. Enjoy it in small portions. Balance it with other nutrients. Fruit number 4, watermelon. Hydrating, yes, but quietly weakening your legs. Watermelon is a summertime favorite. It's juicy, refreshing, and feels like a light, healthy choice, especially for seniors who want to stay hydrated. But there's a hidden risk when it comes to this sweet fruit. Watermelon can quietly reduce leg strength when eaten carelessly. While it may seem harmless, watermelon is mostly made of water and sugar, with very little fiber, protein, or fat. That makes it one of the fastest digesting fruits, meaning the sugar hits your bloodstream almost instantly. As we age, our ability to manage blood sugar becomes less stable. When you eat watermelon, especially on an empty stomach, you may experience a rapid spike in blood sugar, a surge of insulin to bring it down, a sudden crash in energy, weakness or tiredness in the legs shortly after eating. This pattern, repeated over time, can leave your leg muscles undernourished, more prone to fatigue, and slower to recover. You might feel your legs getting heavy after walking a short distance, or notice that stairs are harder than they used to be. Even though the sugar in watermelon is natural, it can still affect muscle performance, particularly when combined with low physical activity or a carb-heavy diet. Another concern is portion size. Watermelon is soft, sweet, and served in big slices or bowls, so most people eat too much without realizing it. Just 2 large wedges can equal 30 grams of sugar or more, which is more than your muscles may be able to handle comfortably, especially if you've eaten other carbs that day. You don't need to cut it out completely. Here's how to protect your legs and still enjoy it. Stick to one small cup of diced watermelon at a time. Avoid eating it first thing in the morning or on an empty stomach. Pair it with a protein or healthy fat like a few almonds or low fat cheese. Don't use it as a snack before physical activity, as it may lead to mid activity fatigue. Watermelon feels refreshing, but behind that sweetness is a sugar load that can quietly wear down your leg strength. Balance is key. Eat it in small portions and never by itself. Your legs deserve better fuel, steady, reliable energy to keep you moving strong. Fruit number 5, dates. Natural, but too sweet for aging legs. Dates are often called a natural candy. They're soft, sweet, and full of energy. Many older adults eat them as a quick snack, thinking they're a healthier alternative to processed sweets. And while dates do offer nutrients like fiber, potassium, and magnesium, they can be too much of a good thing, especially when it comes to protecting your leg strength after 60. Why dates can be harmful in large amounts. One single medjool date contains around 16 to 18 grams of sugar. That's as much sugar as a whole banana, packed into one bite. Now imagine eating 2 or 3 dates in one sitting. That's 30 to 50 grams of sugar without any protein, fat, or fiber to slow it down. When that sugar hits your system, it causes a fast rise in blood sugar, followed by a crash. For seniors, this leads to sudden fatigue, muscle weakness, especially in the legs, poor circulation to the lower limbs, increased inflammation in joints and muscles. Over time, this sugar roller coaster reduces your leg's ability to stay strong, especially during walking, climbing stairs, or standing for long periods. Some people use dates in smoothies or energy balls thinking it's a clean energy source. But the truth is, natural sugar is still sugar, and for older adults, too much natural sugar still affects blood pressure, insulin response, and muscle recovery. It's not about where the sugar comes from, it's about how fast it enters your bloodstream and how your body reacts to it. If you love dates, you can still eat them. Just do it mindfully. Limit to 1 date per serving, not 3 or 4. Never eat dates alone. Pair them with nuts, seeds, or a piece of cheese to balance the sugar. Avoid eating dates in the morning when your blood sugar is most sensitive. If you're making smoothies or snacks, use half a date or replace with lower sugar fruits like berries or apples. Dates may be natural, but their sugar load is intense. For seniors, this can quietly sap the strength from your legs over time. Enjoy dates occasionally in small amounts and always with balance. Your legs deserve energy that's steady, not sweet and short lived. Fruit number 6, mango. Sweet and tropical, but not always friendly to your legs. Mango is often called the king of fruits. It's rich in flavor, full of antioxidants, and packed with vitamins A and C. For many older adults, it's a favorite in fruit bowls and smoothies. But behind its tropical sweetness lies a hidden concern. Mangoes are one of the highest sugar fruits, and for seniors, that can mean weaker legs, slower recovery, and more fatigue. A single cup of sliced mango can contain up to 23 to 25 grams of natural sugar. That's more than most apples or oranges, and significantly more than fruits like kiwi or berries. When you eat mango, especially on its own or in large portions, it can lead to a quick spike in blood sugar, a sharp drop in energy afterward, increased inflammation in the body, and reduced circulation to your leg muscles. Over time, these sugar spikes and crashes weaken your legs. You may notice more tiredness during walks, less endurance when climbing stairs, or soreness after simple activities. After 60, the body doesn't process sugar as efficiently as it used to. The insulin response is slower, and muscle cells have a harder time absorbing and using energy correctly. That means the sugar from a mango isn't fueling your muscles, it's overloading your system and leading to energy crashes. Your leg muscles, which are the largest in your body, are often the first to suffer. Many seniors love mango smoothies, sorbets, or frozen treats. But blending mango often means removing the fiber that slows sugar absorption, making the sugar hit even faster. Worse, these smoothies are often combined with other fruits or juices, making the total sugar load dangerously high, especially for an aging body. You don't have to stop eating mango, just enjoy it in moderation and with balance. Stick to half cup or less per serving. Pair with a healthy fat or protein, like a few almonds or Greek yogurt. Avoid eating it on an empty stomach. Limit mango smoothies and skip mango juice entirely. If you've already eaten something sweet that day, It's best to avoid mango altogether to prevent sugar overload. Mango is delicious, no doubt about it, but for seniors, it's a fruit that must be treated with caution. Too much mango can quietly drain your leg strength and energy. Enjoy it in small portions, and always with something that slows down the sugar. Your legs deserve steady fuel, not tropical overload. Fruit number 7, lychee. Sweet and fragrant, but tough on aging. Lychee, or Vithio, is one of the most beloved tropical fruits. It's fragrant, juicy, and beautifully sweet. For many older adults, it brings back warm childhood memories or feels like a summertime treat. But despite its appeal, lychee can quietly harm your leg strength, especially when eaten in large quantities after age 60. Lychees are very high in natural sugar, often more than 15 grams per 10 fruits. They contain very little fiber, fat, or protein to slow down sugar absorption. That means the sugar in lychee enters the bloodstream quickly and forcefully. For people over 60, this sugar spike can trigger sudden fatigue or lightheadedness, inflammation in the muscles and joints, muscle soreness or leg cramps, weakness in the lower body after eating. Over time, these effects can reduce leg strength, balance, and stability, especially when lychees are eaten in large portions or as a regular snack. As we age, our glucose control and muscle recovery slow down. Eating a large handful of lychees, which is easy to do because they're small and addictive, can overwhelm your system and lead to a sugar crash shortly after. This drop in energy may make your legs feel heavy or your steps less steady. It's not just aging, sometimes it's the food working against you. You don't have to give up lychee completely. Here's how to enjoy it in a way that protects your legs. Stick to 4 to 5 lychees at most in one sitting. Avoid eating lychee on an empty stomach, especially in the morning. Pair it with protein or fat like nuts, slice of cheese. Don't eat lychee after other sweet fruits. It compounds the sugar effect. And if you've already had rice, bread, or juice that day, it's better to skip lychee to avoid a sugar overload. Lychee is delicious, but for older adults, too many can quietly wear down your legs. Enjoy them like a rare treat, not a daily habit. Your legs need steady energy, not sugar highs that leave you tired and unsteady. Balance, not sweetness, is the key to staying strong. As we grow older, we often focus on medications, exercise, or supplements to protect our bodies. But sometimes it's the small things, like the fruits we choose each day, that quietly shape our strength, balance, and freedom. Each of the 7 fruits we explored may seem harmless, even healthy. But when eaten carelessly, too much, too often, or without balance, they can slowly drain your leg strength, increase its inflammation, and leave you feeling more tired than you should. But here's the good news: you don't have to give up fruit. You just need to eat it wisely with intention. Every bite is a choice, a chance to nourish, support, and honor the body that has carried you through so much. So take this knowledge as a gift. Start small, swap one habit, adjust one portion, and step into each day with legs that feel stronger, steadier, and more supported. We'd love to hear from you. Was there a fruit on this list that surprised you, or one that you now see in a different light? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might help someone else make a life-changing shift. And if you found this video helpful, please like this video to help others discover it. Subscribe to True Senior Wisdom for more insights, tips, and encouragement. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. At True Senior Wisdom, we're here to walk with you every step of the way, because aging isn't about slowing down. It's about choosing what lifts you up and letting go of what holds you back. Stay strong, stay wise, and keep walking forward with care, clarity, and courage.